Hi, welcome to another episode of A Closer Look. I'm Donna Girot, the Executive Director of CATV, and with me today is the President of the Hanover Area Chamber of Commerce, Tracy Hutchins. Tracy Hutchins. Hi, Tracy. Thank you.
Donna.
Thank you for coming and visiting us.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, you know, I find that the chambers in this area, in the Upper Valley area, near our studio in White River Junction, seem to be very active. And I thought I'd try to wrangle you in here to talk about what the Hanover Chamber is up to.
Okay.
So before we start, though, can you tell me, because it says Hanover Area Chamber, I was wondering what your area includes.
Well, our area is actually dual state, which is kind of interesting. That's not typical for a chamber, but we cover the town of Hanover, Norwich, Vermont, and also Lyme, New Hampshire. But we have members that are part of the chamber in White River Junction, in Lebanon, in Canaan, New Hampshire, and in the general area.
Yes, I guess we're White River Junction, but our area is similar to yours, so we wanted to be part of your chamber.
And we're happy to have you as well.
Because you have cool business-to-business events. They're cool. You always have something exciting going on.
Well, we certainly try, and one of the things that we love to do is programming and getting our members out there to meet each other and introduce themselves and make connections. That's really what being part of the chamber is all about.
I just find the whole business community, it's hard in community television because you're not allowed to promote businesses per se, but we are really eager to see your first episode of Meet the Merchant. I know you have a new show in development, and I'm curious because I can't go and see every merchant, so it's a way to get to know different merchants. Very cool.
Yeah, we're really excited to do it. Between myself and we have an intern from Dartmouth College who's helping us with it. It's very exciting because it's, it's about not just promoting shopping local, but it's also about highlighting some of the interesting people that make up our communities. And these small businesses are really the fabric of the community.
Right. I find business owners are truly invested in their community.
Very true. Very true. And and they're also the ones that very often support a lot of community organizations.
Right. A lot of philanthropy.
A lot of philanthropy. They're always the first ones that your kids' baseball team goes to look for support.
The Girl Scouts.
Yeah,
cookies.
Cookies, and they very often serve on town government boards. So it's not just about the business; it's really about supporting the community.
Absolutely, I love to buy local.
Yes,
and it's not just buying on a retail level. There's so many organizations, and Hanover has got a lot of businesses. Do you have any idea? Do you have any statistic on how many businesses are in the Hanover?
Oh gosh.
Here, never mind. I take back that question.
Yeah,
that's a tough one.
It's close to, I think, like 3,000.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
From all kinds, from the retail to the home-based businesses to the small and emerging businesses. Dartmouth College being located there, they spin off a lot of different businesses and technology and medical. So you'd be surprised at what kinds of businesses are sort of hidden in little spots all over town.
Right, that variety and energy and alternate energy and all those
Absolutely.
Those goodies. Do you have any farms in the, I don't mean to be so ignorant, but are there any farms in Hanover? I don't know.
Not working farms in Hanover. We do have a couple of farms that are part of the chamber who are located. One is located here in Vermont, and it's a beautiful sheep farm, and they also have a guest house.
Oh, I know it well.
You do, I believe. I think we
that wasn't a lead-in to anyone on our board. So here, let's change the subject.
Okay.
I was curious about what type of issues a chamber in general works with.
Well, because we're a membership-based organization, our first priority is, of course, to promote and support our members and our membership. But we work on a lot of different community events and do a lot of advocacy work on the state and local and regional level. So right now, I mean, some of the hot topics for both New Hampshire and Vermont is workforce and workforce development. And so we're looking at ways that we can help our membership and businesses find new talent, retain that talent. You know, sometimes we keep an eye on legislation that might affect that. Like there's been a couple of bills going through the New Hampshire House that talk about licensing for allied health professionals. And where appropriate, we might weigh in on that.
So do you lobby, do you and other chambers get together? Is there like a chamber of chambers, an association of chambers for each one of the states?
We do have a statewide association in New Hampshire. It's called the Business Industry Association, of which the Hanover Chamber is a member. They are a lobbying organization within the state.
That's good.
And but you know, our chamber doesn't lobby per se, but we do advocate at times. So
does that mean picking up the phone or writing a letter?
Yeah, sometimes it does, or a lot of times it's about trying to educate on the issues. So bringing different parties together to talk over whatever that might be. You know, we had a legislative roundtable fairly recently.
I couldn't attend, and I was really interested, and so we of course filmed it, so I got to watch it on our video on demand system.
Yeah, and it was great. You know, we invited all of our local legislators that represent Hanover and Lyme. I had wanted to include our legislators from Vermont as well that cover Norwich. Their schedule, however, is of course opposite of what the New Hampshire schedule is, so we'll have to do that at a later date. But, you know, we just talked about what they're working on, what new legislation they see coming through for this session, how they think the outcome's going to be, what they're proposing. And so, you know, we take more of an education role because, you know, our businesses, they're busy and they don't always have the time to kind of watch what's happening. And
right, so to host a summit or a forum,
right,
it brings all the information into one place.
Right.
I love them.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Because when you're watching the actual meetings, you can't really cull all the information you need to have those recaps. It's very helpful.
Right, and provide access. And, you know, I think that's one of the things that a chamber does is we bring the issues to our members. We provide them access. We hold events where they have the opportunity to ask their local legislators on a one-on-one basis or tell them what their concerns are. And very often our local legislators love that because they were voted in to represent, you know, the people in their district. But if they don't receive any communication from them, they don't really know how to go about that. Right. So that's what we try to do, is provide a vehicle for communication.
That's great. That's great, because that's how you stimulate the economy and make sure that everyone is treated fairly.
Exactly.
The employees and the employers.
Yeah.
So speaking of events, I see newsletters that go by, and I see that your chamber is always super busy. And I saw this super cool thing you're doing, I think, early summer in Norwich. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we're going to hold an art festival. It's called Art in the Park. It's going to be right on the green in front of the school in Norwich. And yeah, we're really excited about this.
Is it one day? Is it the weekend?
It's 2 days, June 23rd and 24th. We're looking for artists to sign up, and as well as entertainers. And it's going to be a celebration of everything art and art related. So
I hope we're there.
Yes,
media arts is an art.
I think we have a booth reserved for CATV.
Good.
Yeah, no, we're excited.
People love to step in front of the camera. They like one of two things. They either like to, you know, we invite them to step in front and say hi to the Upper Valley or tell us a joke or something, a poem, and either people love it or they love to reject us. One of the two, they walk away happy.
But either way, it's good film,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Exactly. So I'm looking forward to it. That seems like a nice time of year to be able to do an event like that.
Yeah, hopefully the weather will hold for us, but.
Here, let me knock wood.
Yes, let's knock wood.
Just for a moment.
But Norwich is such a picturesque and beautiful community, and the businesses down there, we're looking to help support them. Many are members of the chamber as well, and
Good.
And just have a great event that have something for everyone. So adults, I'm sure, will love looking at the art. Listening to the performances, and we'll have some activities for kids, so it's a very family-friendly event.
Good. I love Art in the Park events. It profiles local artists usually, which they could use a boost, right?
They could use a boost, but it's important to the economy. It brings in tourism. That's another part that we're working on. Another part of economic development is when there's things like this going on, it attracts visitors. They shop local, they buy gas, they stay in the local lodging facilities, and it just helps circulate that dollar around.
And are you part of the Upper Valley Arts Alliance, or is that, I know that a bunch of nonprofit arts organizations have gotten together just to try to focus on the Upper Valley
Right.
as a center to come to, like from a tourist perspective,
Right.
to come to for art. I was wondering whether you've hooked up with them yet.
I have actually just reached out to them, and
Good.
we are discussing how they can help us with the art festival, and how the Hanover Chamber can help them reach their goals as well.
Good. I mean, I know it's still a little ad hoc as a group, but it's a bunch of very motivated organizations.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and many of whom are our members, and it encompasses a wide variety from the the fine arts to
Right.
those doing the crafts to
Theater, right.
theater and performances and
Absolutely, and even us, CATV.
exactly.
We like to
Yeah.
document all the creative parts,
Well, there's so much in the arts and the culture community going on in the Upper Valley, and as someone who's fairly new here, I didn't realize just how much there is going on. I mean, you could literally be out every night of the week enjoying some kind of art or cultural
Right.
event.
And the quality is
It's huge.
so good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw something recently over at Northern Stage, and just the theater alone is just an intimate size, beautiful, Anyway, I digress. But back to the chamber.
Yeah.
So you're doing Art in the Park. Are there any other things that viewers who are watching our show might be interested in seeing or participating in?
Well, we always have an annual event around the holidays. It's always the first Friday of December, called Celebrate the Season in downtown Hanover. And we had a very successful one in 2017. We are looking to bring that back again. We had a scavenger hunt.
I was going to say, how did that it sounded so fetching. How did the scavenger hunt do? Did people participate?
Oh, yes. I think we had several hundred people participate. And
Really?
We did.
Was it a family thing where little kids and parents?
And we gave away a giant stocking that actually one of my former staff made for us. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it was filled with items from local businesses. And the businesses were so generous that stocking was worth $800.
Wow.
You could literally, by winning that, have your entire Christmas shopping done.
So tell us about the premise behind a scavenger hunt, because it sounds like a hard thing to do in the middle of winter. So what did people have to do?
Well, so we had wooden snowflakes with a letter on each one, and it spelled out a phrase. And we had the snowflakes in 24 different businesses throughout Norwich and Hanover. And people had a little over a week to go and find the snowflakes and figure out the phrase and then submit their entry. And we had two ways of doing it. They could either, the Valley News was one of our partners, and so they could do it on the ad in the Valley News, or they had some paper entries, or they could do it online. and
to submit it to you.
to submit it to us for the
Interesting.
drawing for the stocking.
So after all is said and done, after you do that legwork, it gives you the right to have an entry.
Yes.
Could you do more than one? No, I guess not.
It was one per person, but we did have a lot of families that participated, and you could tell by the names on
Right.
them. But that was great, and we found that the night of Celebrate, there was activities going on all throughout
There were.
Hanover, and of course Santa Claus made an appearance, and lots of great things happening, and the scavenger hunt, and families were walking around downtown doing the activities, finding the snowflakes, and just having a great time. And for us, that was thrilling. It really was.
But you were competing with White River Junction's normal First Friday. I got to tell you, the competition's thick.
I know, and it's so difficult sometimes to schedule things because there's great things going on in Lebanon, there's great things going on in White River, and it's hard.
the whole area.
Yeah, it's just it's hard to pick and choose.
Do you guys ever arm wrestle? Because I know there's a Hartford area Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
You guys even have the same initials, right? HACC.
We do. Yes.
So who decides? Do you both use HACC?
We do. Yeah, we do, and I'm sure that must get confusing sometimes, but. The chambers get together periodically, and we talk about and share ideas, and we work collaboratively together. We are looking to hold some events together in the future. So, there's a little friendly competition, but there's a lot of friendly collaboration as well. Yeah,
they seem like nice people. And is Lebanon a Lebanon area chamber, or is it Lebanon?
No, it is Lebanon area, and every chamber has their service area, if you will. So,
so you're not overlapping your service,
right,
working in brotherhood with each other.
Right. Yeah, we all kind of lay claim to certain towns that we cover. But then, like I said, we have members that, they might be in Lebanon, but they do business in Hanover, and so they join both chambers, and we overlap quite a bit.
And so if I'm a chamber member, you get profiled on your website, you get to go to all these business networking events, you can right in opportunities like your winter festival.
Right.
So it seems like you're really stirring the pot economically.
Right.
Is that the goal of the chamber?
It is, yeah. I mean, our mission is to promote the economic development of Greater Hanover. And so that encompasses supporting businesses, providing them opportunities to network, to meet each other, and it's sometimes it's about making the cash register ring, and sometimes it's about positioning them so that they can grow. One of the things I love about my job is I just get to meet so many interesting people and interesting businesses, and it's all interconnected. So, the more we can get a small business to grow, the more people they employ. That helps all of those families.
Right, the whole trickle down.
It really, yes, yeah. And then they give to community organizations.
Right, there's a real philanthropy attached.
Exactly, yeah.
We love that. We love economic growth.
Oh, yeah.
Even the pains of it. Lebanon is always struggling with, security and roads and Hanover. Is the Dartmouth College a member of the chamber?
Dartmouth is a member and is a very good partner to us.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Good. And you had mentioned once to me that you worked a way to encourage new employees for some large corporation.
Right.
Can you tell us anything about that?
Yes, we run a program called Meetup Upper Valley, where we contract with local companies and we do events for them on usually a 2 to 3 times monthly basis. And the premise behind it, we call it MOVE for short, is a lot of the larger companies in the area hire talent from outside our region, and these employees then relocate here. And as much as we all love the Upper Valley, if you're new and if you come from a more urban area, there might be a little bit of a culture shock.
Yeah, there's definitely a transition period.
Exactly.
I have, and I'm sure you have, you know, the transition usually takes about 2 years because you're so
Yeah.
focused on a new job, you're
Right.
not out exploring.
Right, and we're much more spread out than an urban environment. So as someone who relocates here from, you know, say Philadelphia or New York or, you know, a larger city, they don't even know where to begin. You know, how do I meet new people? Where do I find this service? What's a good place to go and eat? And so we run events that feature local businesses and try to, you know, help them become more acclimated, with the idea that they'll feel more at home and they'll want to stay.
Right, that's a great idea to help the, you know, keep retention of employee
Right,
retention.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous. I would have. Can I slip in there and and go, you know,
Yeah, maybe.
tap the maple syrup and see the all the
Well, you know, we have
interesting
this
things
great
you have.
studio here. That might be a great move event
Oh,
where
yeah,
we
we-
invite people in.
We
And
would, CATV would graciously
Yeah.
invite new people in. It's the community's TV station, so
well, you
we're here
know,
for you.
A little behind the scenes type of event, that would be terrific. And that's exactly what our movers love to do, is to find those kind of unique things, and that's what we try to provide.
So I also wanted to bring up, and just if you could keep it in mind, is CATV has started a girl empowerment club called Media Explorers. And the
Fantastic.
idea is to have girls in middle school and high school understand the different professions, and media is such a general term. And we're not exactly a hotbed. There's no major TV station here like Burlington or some of the other major cities and towns. So we're always on the lookout for any media-related companies or organizations. So if they ever cross your path,
I'll let you
we
know.
would love to know, because we want these girls to be exposed to as many media professions as possible.
Oh, I think that would be terrific. That's a great addition to what's going on in the
Yeah.
Upper Valley.
Yeah, it's all about economic sustainability, and you need the kids to know about the jobs before they go off into their education.
That would be helpful, because it's really expensive.
Yeah.
As a parent of a college student myself, it's nice if they have an idea what that major is going to be going
Absolutely.
in. Yeah.
Absolutely. It cost me a fortune when my marine chemist transferred over, decided after a few years that that was too boring.
Yes, yes.
It costs a lot more money then. You're like, what?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, mine was an occupational therapy major, and then
did she
decided
end up with?
psychology. Yes.
Yeah, it's the transition is a killer.
Yeah, yeah.
So, all right, so I really enjoyed talking with you today. We're going to wrap it up, but we'd love to have you back. Any initiatives you want to come back and talk to the Upper Valley, the community would love to hear about.
Well, great. Thank
Thanks,
you, Donna.
Tracy.
Thanks for
All right,
having
and
me.
goodbye to everyone. And please, if you want to be a guest host instead of me, we'd love to have you, or a guest, please feel free to contact us at CATV. Enjoy your day.